I'm ready. Good afternoon, folks. Welcome. Good to see you. Um, bad numbers today. Um, we don't like to talk about them, but 12.5% for Waukesha County, and they've been going up the last 2 weeks. It's just been an ever increasing by 1%, by 2% every day. So when you're out and about, um, be cautious. Oh, yeah. I really didn't want somebody to call me, Emily. Now you're going to bring that number up here, and I'm sorry, I forgot about it. Uh, there you go. 262-354. What is it? 1110. Okay. Um, 69% of Waukesha County has one dose. And 64.5% of the state has one dose. We're not doing so well. 11.1% positivity in the state this week. It's scary, but by on the same token, what I'm hearing from medical people and the state infection preventionist, Thanksgiving should be good as long as your families are vaccinated and you're with folks who are vaccinated. If not, masking and proper distancing, that'll help. We've seen several cases of COVID this last week and among the staff and residents here. But on the positive side, we've been able to contain it. It's been, kept in a household. CMS has changed some of their guidance for us over here. Before this, if we had a case, we would have to suspend visitation and isolate and quarantine. We don't have to do that now. We have one case. It's still called an outbreak, but we do enhance precautions in that household, but we do not stop visits. Visitors may come in. I don't know. I didn't come in. Well, I came in early this morning and there was no sign on the door. Have we posted that we are in an outbreak at the front? Okay. What you will see if you come and visit from the north side of the campus, it will say at reception that we are in an outbreak and you need to be masked and you can visit. But we are going to take a look at, I'm going to call it an enhanced outbreak. If we have 3 or more folks, we're gonna shut things down in that household. We are gonna quarantine a household if we have 3 or more in a household. We have been very fortunate. We've been able to contain it. We have good standard precautions. We have better enhanced precautions. So we feel fairly confident that we're going to be able to keep this among the household it's in and at that one level right now. So that's what we're planning on. We've had some breakthrough cases among staff, as well as some staff who have not been vaccinated, who have been positive for the COVID virus. Talking about positive or unvaccinated staff, we all heard the CMS mandate for vaccination. We've been kind of avoiding that for the last several months. We knew it was coming. We were just waiting to see what CMS was going to impose on us. Last week, we got it. We took a look at it, and we put out our policy on Friday. CMS is stating that we should have no unvaccinated caregivers. Well, that's not really true. No unvaccinated folks on this side of the campus after December 5th. And what that means is on December 5th, we can no longer schedule people to do work on this side of the campus if they have not been vaccinated. Now, there are a couple exceptions to that. One would be for medical reasons. If a person has a condition that would exempt them from the vaccine, meaning something in the vaccine would cause a reaction that would be detrimental to them, or they have a health condition that would not that would be exacerbated by the vaccine, then they need the exemption signed by a medical professional. The other is a sincerely held religious belief, and that form is put together, and we have a ethics task force that will look through those and issue a ruling on the sincerely held religious exemptions. I am just telling you what it is. I'm not going to tell you one way or another how I feel about this. We are complying with CMS in every way we can. We have waited as long as we could to put out the mandate, and we will work with everybody to hopefully come to a good resolution on this. I personally do not want to see anyone leave here. We have a good group of caring individuals, and I believe that we need them. We need them desperately. We need their commitment, and I'll move on to something else. Sarah, do you have anything going on? Sarah, when Sarah retires, she's going to work at the library. I know that because she's always got library on her mind. It's moved from the 13th to the 6th. It's moved up a week. Okay. Library over at Lake Terrace and also here at the tower at the regular times. Mark, you have some things to talk about with the Christmas season coming on and just some reminders to our folks. So please, Mark.
Good afternoon. Christmas or holiday season is upon us. And with that, I just want to make sure everybody stays safe and actually here because we do have some codes to follow. We'll start on the south side of the campus. If you're decorating the flames spread each piece of what you're putting up like paper. The code states anything that is larger than an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper should be flame retardant. I mean, every year we do decorations and all this holiday decorations. Just be careful of what you're putting up, especially in the entrances to the households. That is very important that we don't overdo and make sure it isn't a fire hazard. With that, extension cords, I know that is a big no-no no matter what. However, it seems like families, I'd like staff to look at, and you're in the households, that families like bringing in little things to set in the windowsill or whatever it may be, or a small Christmas tree, and there's no outlet. Remember, no extension cords or multi-plugs. That is the biggest reasons fires do break out in any home other than a nursing home. But just please remember to look out for those things. The other thing for actually both sides of campus is nothing live. You can't have like a live wreath or live Christmas tree or anything live like that unless it's going to be out on your deck. If you have that, that's one thing. But in the building, nothing can be live at all. That's just our policy. And we want to make sure everybody's safe and has a very nice Christmas. We will probably be bringing the Christmas trees and stuff up the week after Thanksgiving, usually starting, I believe it's the 29th or 30th, somewhere in that week. We will bring up the Christmas stuff like we always do. And you guys we'll set it up and and get it ready for you, and you can decorate and light it, and we're good to go. Emily. Yes. So when you do Christmas lights, you can plug one into it. Well, that is a gray area, but you're not supposed to plug one into another. That is actually considered an extension cord. So when we're doing this, just make sure that you can plug only so many lights. I know the Christmas trees may not look super bright and nice, but however, the Christmas lights technically are not supposed to be able to plug one into another like you always have done maybe at your home, like a standard. Um, so just remember that. That is one thing that we have to look at. The other thing is memory care. Memory care is coming along. The cabinetry is all in there. They have measured for countertops, which I didn't really get the date. Now this next week with deer hunting, it seems like it's almost a national holiday for workers and anything going on, so it'll probably be very slim. But we're looking I'm thinking approximately 2 to 3 weeks yet before we should be ready to just about be ready to open up. I know the flooring has been being worked on and stuff, so they are making progress in there. The hope was they really wanted to by Thanksgiving, but that just is not going to happen. I know they were short a couple of things, and they are working, but I know they're pretty diligently working on things. So we're looking forward to having memory care finally totally done, that we can move on to the next thing. Thank you very much. Yep. Yes, Brian. Okay. Brian, just a reminder about when you, on the north side of the campus, if you're putting a wreath on your door, and each door is usually got one hook in it because that's where we're allowed to put one penetration into the door, that when you do put your wreath on, make sure your apartment number and name is not covered. And that's a very good safety reason for the fire department. So when they're coming in, if they had to come and find your apartment, everybody's looking at that number. And then also remember, don't have anything extended into the hallway that anybody could potentially trip or get snagged on something and fall. And also just for if a disaster broke out, we need to make sure we can safely get out of the building. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay. One other thing I want to talk about, and Mark was talking about construction and that type of thing. We have engaged Hoffman Architects out of Appleton to help us take a look at the campus and the nursing home in particular. And they are going to be with us on the campus on the 29th and 30th of this month, Monday and Tuesday after Thanksgiving. And during that time, they are going to have what they call listening sessions. I'll call it a talking session because from our standpoint, we are going to do all the talking. Not me this time, all of you. They are coming at 9 o'clock on Monday, and they will be here to listen to what we have to say. And Mark says to me before, well, what do you want these people to say? And they're here for two reasons. Number one, they're going to take a look at the south side of the campus and tell us what we can do better. Maybe it's, moving something. Maybe it's building something better. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. They will listen to everyone and come back with suggestions from those listening sessions. There are 6 listening sessions on Monday and 4 listening sessions on Tuesday. And you will get an email, hopefully tomorrow, in regard to this so that you can start thinking about it. But it's, what should the campus look like? What should we do with the 2 acres we have to the east of the fitness center? What should we do with the land we have over here where the warehouse is sitting? How can we make the campus better? Same thing for the nursing home. We built the nursing home in 2005, and as we sat around planning the nursing home in 2005, we knew what we needed in the way of staffing. We knew what we needed in the way of uh, the households and that type of thing. What we know now is that staffing is less and the need is greater. So, are there things that we can do in the building, remodeling, redoing, facelift, just a facelift, because we are now, over 15 years old? Um, I don't know about other people, but I've never seen a 15-year-old paint a coat of paint in my house. Uh, my wife likes it to look new and fresh and different. So I've done a lot of painting. We have not. I think we need to change up some of that. If you go up to third floor to our Hillside Terrace CBRF, the look is totally different because it's been refreshed. You will not recognize memory care when you go down there. It's going to be a new place. So we want them to come in and listen to you. And when I say you, I mean staff, I mean residents, I mean residents' families, I mean volunteers. We want to get the flavor from everyone as to what this campus should look like and what the south side here should do to be new and improved. Um, I'm just going to real quickly read the times. This will all come out in an email for you. But 9 o'clock on Monday morning will be my leadership team. Then 10:30 staff. This is staff from all over the tower, the CBRFs over at Lake Terrace, and the nursing home. 1 o'clock on Monday afternoon will be residents. And along with residents, we're going to invite residents and their families if they wish to come in at that time. And tell us what you think. What could we do that would make life better for you here on the campus? Staff at 2:30 on Monday afternoon, volunteers at 4:30 on Monday. And Chris will be communicating with our volunteers and encouraging them to come because our volunteers get all over this building. They see what goes on here. They have some things that they can contribute to. How could it be better? And then a 7 o'clock Monday evening for family. That would be resident family members who maybe can't get here during the day, for the 1 o'clock. They can come in at 7 and we'll have a conversation with them as to what would help, what would make it better for your loved one here. We will also invite residents to come down to that one at 7 with their family members. Then the next day, 7:30, they're starting with the board of directors. Then at 9 o'clock with the management team, and then 10:30 with residents and family again, and then 1 o'clock in the afternoon with staff. So there are 3 opportunities for staff to get together with the architects. We're going to ask that once this schedule comes out, you call reception and reserve a spot because we are going to have to limit it. It is going to be in Meadowview House, and the architects have requested 20 members in each of these meetings. So we are going to have to kind of limit the number of people, but we want to get everyone's input. The 29th and the 30th. Okay, so begin thinking about that. And people have said, well, what's off limits? There's nothing off limits. Yesterday at a household meeting, I heard, hey, we don't want the porch to go away. We don't want the patio to go away. We want that natural light. We want that for our residents. That's what they need to hear. Those are the kind of things they need to hear. From staffing, what is it like to be 3 CNAs in a neighborhood and 1 homemaker? How does that work? How does that, because that happens frequently. We want to prepare for that. We want you to think about that and what can make it easier. So I'm giving you a lot of information in a little bit of time here. This also includes residents on the north side of the campus, Lake Terrace residents. We want to hear from you. So during these resident times, and again, it'll come out to you. You don't have to have this all written down. It will come out. You need to call over here to reception, and they'll slot you in at the appropriate time. If there's a waiting list, maybe we can do that and slot you in just some other spaces that we might not have filled. But we're going to try to get everybody in who wants to be heard. Let's see, what else? Chris, Hollyfest is done. Okay. Okay, less lights, more ornaments over there this year. I know that they still have a good collection of Christmas items over there. So if you haven't been over or need just that one little thing that you could put out in the hallway that doesn't protrude beyond the pillar, I'm sure that Forgotten Treasures has it. Okay. Oh yes, angel trees. I saw them. I saw them down in the lobby yesterday as I went through. They'll be putting out the angels, angels in memory of and in honor of. And the 16th, Chris, is the tally of the angels. It will be down in the great room, and it will also be on channel 900 as we do the tally of the angels. Okay, anything else, Chris? We're good. Brian? Okay, Brian said his piece. He's done. Emily, we're good? All right. How about Denise? What's all coming up with activities, please? Veterans, yes. A beautiful, beautiful Veterans Day tribute last Thursday. Our activities staff did a great job putting this together. I know they work on this a long time. And veterans, thank you so much. I know I feel bad about it because I know Cindy on the north side of the campus had a whole program set, and unfortunately we had the outbreak over there where we had to minimize group gatherings. I hope you were able to watch the Veterans Day tribute and stay tuned in for the ending where all the veterans were listed on there. Again, the flags went out, and it was, I heard many, many comments from people in the community. There are people who drive out this way on holidays like that just to see the flags. So I feel very privileged that we are honored to care for the folks who have given us a free country here. Denise. Hey, those of you who have been around the campus for a while know that there will be a giving tree appearing shortly after Thanksgiving. Oh, before Thanksgiving, I'm sorry. So next week, early sometime, the giving tree will be downstairs, and that's right. So that visitors during Thanksgiving can take a circle off the tree. The circles have initials of our residents on and items that they would like to receive for Christmas. And we have many, many wonderful donors who pick up the circles and bring in the gifts. We ask that they are unwrapped and brought into reception, and they will be wrapped and distributed the day before Christmas by Santa. And so if you are mindful of doing that, next week the giving tree will be there. And even if you can't get over here, I know that some folks will call Amanda and say, take a circle or two off the tree, keep it there, or send it over to me on the other side of the campus. We really appreciate that because it really makes Christmas special for many of our residents over here. Okay. Anything else for the good of our campus? I want to wish all of you a very blessed Thanksgiving. Please stay safe, but let's just count our blessings and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very